What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the podcast. We're doing our 2025 end of the year hit list this week, and I'm joined by Pedro and Paul. Yeah, that's it. That's my intro. What's up, guys?
Just want to apologize a little for being a little late, running late. Just had a last minute emergency. My cat started throwing up, and I had to go and clean everything.
Oh my God. He's good though. It's just like he ate something that messed up his stomach.
He's good. It wasn't really anything he eats.
It's the furball thing.
He throws up from time to time. It's like a stress anxiety reaction. The problem is we have in our neighborhood, there's a lot of cats here. And they go around the house. Yeah, they go around the house and mark their territory and stuff and pee everywhere.
Your house is a cat's turf?
The whole neighborhood is.
Damn.
And it sucks because the other owners won't do anything about it or keep their cats in their house. They just let them roam around. And then we let him out onto our back porch to get fresh air and stuff like that. And I guess when he goes out there, he gets a whiff of the other cats marking their territories. And it really stresses him out.
Girl got upset. He got stressed out.
Yeah.
Paul, what do you know about this?
Yo, Pedro's cats ain't nothing to fuck with. That's what I know. I love cats. I'm more of a cat person than I am a dog person.
So I just had to spend the last 20 minutes cleaning up cat puke.
Did he go on the carpet or the hard surface?
That's the problem. Some of it went on a carpet. So
damn.
So wait, they're not outdoor cats at all, right?
No, my cat's not an outdoor cat. We just let him onto the back porch to get fresh air. But
see,
the neighborhood cats are outdoor cats, and they just go around and destroy things.
My cat was an outdoor cat and used to bring me little gifts, half alive birds, half alive mice he would catch outside. He'd bring them in and I could hear him at the door with his little muffled meow. He'd be like, meow, meow, meow. And I was like, oh, something's up. Open the door. He'd rush in, drop it at my feet, sit there all proud, chest out. And then little mouse would still be alive, running around the house. I've tried to catch them.
Wow.
I don't trust outdoor cats, man. You don't know what they do when they're not in your house.
Those guys are hard. I like it. I respect living in New York City. I respect those outdoor cats because they just keep the mouse and the rat population at bay. You just see in an alley where I walk my dog, there's 3 of them that live somewhere there. And people will leave food out and everything. Different people walk by and buy food. You know those cat people? They don't own a cat, but they just feed.
Yeah, they just leave food out and take care of them and stuff because they take care of you.
Yeah. My post office, we got a post office cat, and they always leave a dish of food out by the post office. So you always see the cat laying out in the sun and stuff.
That's dope.
Yeah, it's the bodega cats. Like the bodega cats in New York City. You always see a cat in a bodega.
Yeah.
You open the door, he's at your feet, rubbing your leg. You're like, whoa.
Yeah, he's by the lottery tickets hanging out.
Yeah.
I'll tell you a quick story about a cat, right? So I had my cat for a minute, and all of a sudden the cat started putting on a lot of weight. I'm like, all right. One day I'm looking outside the front window and I see the kid. I was a kid. I see the cat out by the street, and some guy starts walking up to it and petting it. It looked like he was about to grab it to go. So I'm freaking out. I run outside thinking that someone's trying to steal my cat. I start talking to the guy. Come find out, my cat's been going down to his house and eating dinner there too.
Oh,
and come back up to my house. So he was double dipping, and I know it wasn't a lie, because unfortunately when my cat passed away, he got hit by a car on the corner, right? And so it happened that day. It happened during a day. So it wasn't I was been looking for him for a minute, and the guy came up to the house and he was in tears, and he knocked on the door and he's like, I think he got hit. And we walked down and it was my cat. And I just remember him being just as upset. So this cat was 2-time slick cat, and how he impacted 2 different families' lives. It was nuts.
That reminds me of there's this video that surfaces every couple of months or years on Twitter. It's an old news report from the 90s and somewhere in Japan about this reporter that follows this dog around from the owner's house all the way, like they spy on him and stalk him, and they see all his stops, and they interview everywhere where he stops, and like, hey, you know that dog? It's like, yeah, I know that dog. You feed that guy? It's like, yeah, I feed that guy. And they're like, oh wait, he's on the move again. Let's go. And they keep following him. It's really like a sweet story about this little dog, and it's hilarious. But it reminds me of what you said about your cat. Some dogs and cats, they're just like friendly neighborhood pet in a way, you know. Should we move on to the content? Content.
I was
that
going to say
matters.
real quick before main topic, the top 5. Quick like Christmas throwouts.
Mm-hmm.
Any like must watch. I know we're not going to do like a top 5 Christmas, but must watch, like something that a tradition that you have to do, something involving Christmas movies or shows.
Yo, this year I didn't watch any of the classics that I usually watch. I always watch Christmas Vacation. I haven't. I watched The Family Stone, which is like kind of a Christmas movie, with a pretty good cast. I don't know if you do you guys know what I'm talking about? It's like a mid 2000s movie. Sarah Jessica
Sounds familiar.
Parker.
Is that like Cedric the Entertainer, like a bunch of people?
Nah, white people. Sarah Jessica Parker.
No.
What's
The Family Stone sounds like a
Owen
70s
Wilson's
like
brother?
rock group or something.
You know Owen Wilson's brother? Like the quiet one?
Yeah, Luke Wilson.
Luke
right?
Wilson. He's in it.
He's a
Rachel
good actor.
McAdams is in it. Kate Blanchett, I want to say. Yeah, it's interesting to see these like actors at different stages in their life in this movie that was like kind of just mediocre. And then I saw Love Actually, like beginning to end.
Wait, what was the premise of Family Stone?
It's like Sarah Jessica Parker's character and her boyfriend go to their parents' house for Christmas. And then, you know, I just had it on the background, so you put me on the spot. There's like conflict, and then Sarah Jessica Parker's character falls in love with Luke Wilson's character, I think. I might just be butchering that whole thing. Anyway, it's fine. It's more of a drama, family drama, than a Christmas movie. I don't even know if they'll get together at the end.
Luke Wilson's underrated, man. He was great in oh my gosh, that Will Ferrell movie.
Which one?
He was in the Will Ferrell movie. He was in the college one.
Oh yeah. What was that called, Pedro?
I forgot.
Not Step Brothers.
No, hell no.
No, Old School.
Old School.
Yes.
Yeah. Old School.
Yeah. Was he great in that? I barely
wasn't
remember
he in
him.
that?
Wasn't he? Didn't he play like the straight man, kind of?
He was the one who found out like his girl was cheating on him. No, was that him? Oh man, I can't now. Movies are blending together.
He was in that, but he played like the straight man. Like, hey guys, don't get in trouble. Wasn't that him? I don't know.
Yeah, and they were trying to get him out of his shell because he came home early and found his wife.
Oh, in a threesome.
Whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. But his wife is like blindfolded, and there's like a dude, or a guy is blindfolded, and there's like 2 chicks making out. Yeah, I think he walks in on a threesome or something.
Anyway, I think he's pretty good. He's like low key, like a good actor. I've seen him in a bunch of things, and he's pretty cool.
Yeah, he is low key. I think he just plays the low key guy. What about you guys? Christmas movies?
You know what I just watched that was really good that I've been putting it off was The Leftovers.
Oh yeah, that is very good.
I usually do like, I always do like Krampus and like some Christmas horror.
Are you talking about The Leftovers, the HBO drama?
No,
you're talking about The Holdovers.
Movie. I'm sorry, The Holdovers, not The Leftovers. Yeah, The Holdovers. I just saw that and that was really good.
That's really good. It's like super emotional.
Yeah,
like sincere.
It was a lot more than what I expected. And we just watched Christmas Vacation recently. And of course, still got to watch Charlie Brown.
Yeah, I might throw on Charlie Brown tonight, actually.
I just can't pick there's so many still like haven't watched, like It's a Wonderful Life, A Christmas Story, stuff like that. And don't know what to pick to watch next.
What about you, Pedro?
It's not a long-standing tradition, but recently, the last couple of years, I watch Home Alone every
Okay, yeah, that's a good one.
year every time. Trying to get my son into it now too.
Yeah,
Oh
that's another
shit, there you
one.
go.
And there's at least 2 good ones, and you gotta watch that. And also the Santa Claus. That one's pretty
With Tim
good.
Allen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't watched that in a while. Does that hold up?
Yeah, it's not bad. It's like a good story, you know. It's pretty good. Home Alone holds up. Um, a lot of these still hold up. Even A Christmas Story, it's like nostalgic. It still holds up.
Yeah, I watched the Nintendo one that came out last year or 2 years ago.
Oh, 8-bit.
8-bit Christmas.
Neil Patrick Harris. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's bad. I watched it when it came out. I watched it again a few weeks ago, but it just doesn't have any like. Number one, like growing up in that era, that's not how anything was, and it just, not really and nothing in the movie is really plausible or anything. It's just, and it has like no heart. I don't know. It just didn't.
Oh, you know what else I recently watched that had like it's really a fun movie. Besides Die Hard. Die Hard's a fun action Christmas movie. Violent Night with Harbor from Stranger Things.
Oh yeah.
Yo, Violent Night is pretty good. It's like it's a really fun watch.
I might have to watch that.
Christmas action. It's on Prime right now. Really fun watch. Like if you like that Die Hard type like action movie, but this one is like draped in Christmas. Like he's actually Saint Nick,
Right. I remember that. Yeah, and it's more violent, right?
Oh yeah. Hence Violent Night. It's really like, but it's fun. It's like it's a little girl who still believes, and like he's in there. It's good. It's a good watch.
Okay.
If it wasn't so violent, it would be like one of those movies that I'd want to watch with the family. But it gets and it throws some Home Alone traps in there too. So it's cool. It's all encompassing.
Okay. Let's move on to main topic here. We're going to talk about not the best, but I guess our favorite, most memorable movie and TV shows that we really enjoyed this year. I think we'll just do like a little bit of a round table. Paul, we'll start with you, and then you'll just name one. I guess we'll start at number 5 or however you want to do it. We can just name them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, just so we have some sort of reference to where we are.
I just have a list. I don't have like a top. So when I say 5 or whatever, it's not my top or whatever.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. I think I'm kind of the same way, although I do have like, it's very hard. 1, 2, 3, it's very tough.
Right off the bat, because it's fresh in my mind, I'm gonna go out with Pluribus.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a fun watch. It's an interesting play on like what's kind of going on now with us and AI, even though Vince Gilligan didn't intend it to be that. And as much as I kind of hate the slow playing, sometimes you need it, and it's a real like indication of how our society now is, like such quick feeds and ADD, and like we constantly need to scroll and see the next quick video. And this, you really gotta like, it forces you to sit there and watch the slow play, and you kind of like build your patience up again. So I've been enjoying it. It's been good. It's like slowly unraveling. I hope it lands on its feet in the finale. But it's been, I knew you highly anticipated this, and anything from Vince Gilligan is going to be great.
It's the most watched Apple TV show ever, apparently. Yeah. Which is crazy, but it makes sense. I think to me, it's one of those shows that feels, to your point about it being slow sometimes, like it's really ambitious in that way, and it's trusting of the audience that you're going to stick with it and trust what they're doing. The structure is pretty cool, right? Because you have an episode where like 45 minutes of it are just like 2 characters hanging out having a conversation, and then the last 10 minutes are like drama filled, like, oh shit, what's going to happen, when you cut back to Manuso's that guy. So I think it's one of the most interesting shows on TV right now. It's pretty much in a class of its own, and I don't mean class like quality wise. I just mean like in terms of the type of show that it is. It's pretty unique. Um, and it's one of those shows that keeps you thinking about it after each episode ends too, right? Like you want to read into it. You want to look forward to the next You don't have to read anything into it and just like follow it. And it's just as interesting as if you're like jumping on Reddit or YouTube and sort of trying to see what everything means on screen and all that shit. Pedro, what is
even the actions of the monotony of like, her going to a store shopping and what entails that, and like one person of the combined, going from one country to the next, them all meeting up at the airport and how the planes fly. That minutia, that monotony, that it's different because it's showing you how the hive mind kind of operates. It's world building. So like you brought it up, which was a really great point. You see what these fuckers are doing like in the background, like, and we're little by little. One of my big questions I remember having was like, oh, can they even create stuff? Like, are they artistic? And the last episode kind of answered that. So like seeing them and how highly efficient they are, how they live, how they like lack individuality, like it's so slow, but it tells you so much at the same time. So yeah, that's my pick. That's one of my like 2025 definitely high recommends.
Pedro, you too quiet, bro. Jump in.
No, I think it's a good show. I like the show. I'm watching it. I'm gonna keep watching it. It's not on my like top favorites of the year though. It's a Vince Gilligan show. It's a slow burn. I thought the last couple of episodes didn't really move the show forward. It was just a lot of like sitting around and stuff, And I don't think I've watched a Vince Gilligan show where like the first season is anything to jump about. And like to me, like even Breaking Bad took me like 3 seasons to get into it. It took me like a while to get through the first 2 seasons because it was just so slow. So I think it's just a story that for me personally will pick up more like if it's like a 6-season show or 5-season show, like has been mentioned before. I think in the later seasons this stuff picks up and like you really get some excitement and movement. But yeah, it's good. It's different. I like it because it's different.
Yeah, it's a good hang. Pedro, what do you got for your one of your shows or films?
Oh man, I watched a lot of good shows. I'm gonna say I watched more shows that I enjoyed than movies this year. But a show that I saw early on this year that I think a lot of people forgot about that's worth mentioning is Common Side Effects, the animated show.
Yeah, I had that on my
list.
That
show, man. That show was just fun, man. It was so good. The story was so good. The animation was good. It was just, it got deep sometimes. It got metaphysical. It got, it got spiritual. It had a little bit of everything in a cartoon. And it aired early on this year, back in February. So I didn't want to forget that. So I really like that show.
That was on my, it was on my list. It wasn't on it didn't make my 5, but I'm glad you brought it up because that show, when I was looking at like all the shows that came out this year, just to refresh my memory, I was pleasantly surprised to see that and think of how much I enjoyed watching it when it came out. It's 30-minute episodes. It's animated, but it's pretty serious. It's pretty funny. And it's about a kind of like guy who stumbles upon this cure-all mushroom and then, corporations are kind of hunting him down for it. But it has like some real dramatic beats to it and some great writing, great characters. It got renewed for season 2, if I'm not mistaken. That's on HBO. And I highly, highly recommend it. Super digestible and awesome.
That's funny because you've been on point with like the cartoon recommends. That one I fell off of. I got through an episode or 2, but it just wasn't for me. But All You Guys, was that
right?
Yo, that one is like hits you.
Aha, you clowns.
Aha, you clowns. There you go. That one hits you in the heartstrings, man. I'm actually, I think, 1 episode behind it, but I've been watching it, and it's so good. It's like, when you first recommended it, I saw the first episode, and the animation and everything threw me off, and I was like,
ugly.
I'm not gonna like this. This is so stupid. And then by the end of the first episode, I was like, wait, hold up, there's something here. And then the second episode, and then the third. So it really like you've been on point with the animation recommends.
It's a show about love, man.
Yeah.
That's what drew me in. I was like, oh, this show is about love, but it's not sarcastic and it's not winking at you. And it's not like cutting it off with a joke at the end. It's just very, very sincere. And it's funny, like the episode where they try to teach his dad like a dance to go viral because he's a weatherman. Like,
Yeah.
dude, I didn't cry, but it's like, and it's a 12-minute story,
Yeah.
right? They do these, they're 12-minute episodes. It's really impressive what they do from just like an emotional standpoint. It's like it feels extremely sincere or personal to whoever is writing this stuff. The animation's a little ugly. It takes time to get used to. I still can't tell the three brothers apart because
No. It's sincere.
That's part of animation these days, is like that, like drawing outside the lines, you know, rough around the edges style animation. I personally enjoy it. I like that style because I don't like seeing like nice, clean, tidy illustrations or drawings. Like even when I read comic books, I don't like that stuff. So
yeah,
it's cool. I like that.
My only
style.
gripe about it, it's very such a sincere, like pure, innocent love.
Mm-hmm.
Very innocent, like pure love, like the son's for the father and the father for the son. My only gripe is I wish it wasn't rated R. It doesn't need to be rated R.
Is it? Oh, I didn't notice that.
Yeah, it was something I was like, oh, this would be great to watch with like the family because it's so stupid but fun and it's got so much heart and love in it. But it's got a couple like rated R scenes, like in the first one. I just don't think it didn't need to be rated R.
Yeah.
It would have caught a little more mass appeal if they didn't like, put it in the corner with R. That's my only gripe, but such great animation.
Paul, what's your let me go actually.
Yeah, you didn't go yet.
Hold on, let me pull up my list here. I thought I made it. Oh yeah, so I'm gonna go with I'm gonna just switch it up a little bit and go into movies. Again, these are like no particular order, but I'm gonna say one of my favorite movies this year was 28 Years Later.
Wow, really?
Yeah, I really like this movie, and there's a couple of movies that I like better like now than I did when I first watched it, and this is one of them. So when you consider the 28 Days Later universe, like this is such a cool way to do a sequel where it's 28 days after the initial event, but it takes place in the same world, but it has no references or anything really to the original movies. It's its own movie. And it can be its own series just existing inside the same space. It's super intense. It has this sort of really moral unease and tension about it with the father-son relationship and then the mother-son relationship. And I don't know, it's a movie that has real consequences. It's not trying to be nostalgic. It's not trying to play, at the fans for the original franchise. I thought it was really smart. Like the Bone Temple is such a cool visual concept. The fact that they live on like this somewhat of an island with a path that is kind of accessible or not accessible depending on the tide. It's just beautiful wide shots. It was shot on iPhone. I just think the action scenes and everything is great. This movie is awesome, man. And there's not really anything else like it, right? The way it looks, super gritty, super dirty. The soundtrack was sick. Like, it's just cool, man. It's like a punk rock zombie movie with heart.
And I'm so glad that early reviews, like screeners from Bone Temple, are doing really well. And
Yeah.
It's completely out of the box. It's not something you're expecting. So I'm really looking forward to that in the beginning of the year. I agree with you. I liked it a lot. It's hard to like do a sequel without like nostalgia bait on like the originals. And this kind of took it a different way, kind of like how Predator did, with Prey. It's a great way to do a sequel, but kind of like take it and veer it in a different direction. Pedro, I'm still so surprised that you didn't like it.
Bro walked out.
Yo, I can't.
Yeah,
and all the friggin' movies you could walk out on, like
I'm
seen
on
some
an
bad
island
movies.
by myself on this.
I don't know why, man. I don't know why you.
One of the very few people, but I'm staying on that island, man. I'm not.
Even for the visual of it was just like it was stunning to watch. Such a good movie all around. Like the soundtrack was friggin' banging.
Was sick, yeah.
I still listen to some songs from that soundtrack. The vulgar, like visceral noises that they made, like coming from like the it was almost like tribal. Like, I can't say enough, man. Such a good like combination.
That big swinging dick was like too much. Like
that was like, I was like, all right.
The visceral sound
That's a
of that
gripe.
schlong just slapping on the
Yeah, no, I don't. That and the baby was like a little too much, and the baby had kind of been done like that had been played before. But overall, like definitely, like I can't believe you walked out though. Like I can understand not liking it, but like being your first experience at the movie, and that's like you walking out of it after spending the dough.
He left his car in the parking lot. He walked home.
I take an Uber. An Uber back.
Something else, man.
Get the car.
Imagine you're so disgusted, you just leave everything. Popcorn, and you don't even take the popcorn home. You just leave it there for someone else.
I can't like I couldn't even fathom, like, even no matter how horrible the movie was, I couldn't fathom spending that much money and like walking out of the movie. I just couldn't. Like I was like, I paid for it. I'm gonna suffer through it.
I don't think I've walked out of a movie. Maybe I have. Nothing comes to mind. Paul, what's your number 4?
I'll probably, like you, I'm gonna go back and forth. So I'll go into movies. Now, I know this is gonna be polarizing, but for me, I gotta put it on my list, man. I've been looking forward to it. And I'm glad it came out and I enjoyed it.
Tell me you're gonna drop Avatar.
No, hell no. Superman.
Okay. I knew this was gonna come up.
So I have to throw it. I'm not gonna sit on it and dwell on it too much, but something I was really looking forward to this year. And it was a great experience. Like my daughter got to see it with me. Our first Superman movie ever, like in the theater to watch together. Overall, it was just a great experience. So that stuck out of my mind. I'm going with Superman. I know it's a lot of people love it.
You have a memory and emotional attachment to it. So even if a movie's not good, that's always gonna personally. I don't mean that I don't mean this movie's not good. I just mean in general, because like I have, like you said, I have memories of like movies I watched with my dad when I was little that I watch them now and they're not good, but it's the memory that's attached to them.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I liked it too. I liked it in theaters. I watched it on the Dolby theater, so the sound and everything was like sick when he would take off or land or like there was a big hit. It was really cool. And then I watched it again a couple of weeks later at home. It's a good movie to have in the background too. And then you turn around, there's like a fight going on or something. Yeah, I liked it. It didn't make my list, but it was nice.
That experience and Minecraft was like, I went to a theater, like I think the Superman, I went to an early one, like a prime early one. So whoever was there, they were dying to be there, right? So they were going to enjoy the movie and they were cheering and screaming and clapping. So that was a great experience. Same thing with Minecraft. Like the people who were there with all the memes and all that, it was such a fun experience. I know some people don't like that, but I didn't have like rude people like throwing popcorn and stuff. Yeah. But they were screaming out the memes and like they were waiting for the lines and they were just pure enjoying the movie. And to go and have an experience like that was pretty cool. And I'm not a Minecraft person. I think maybe I played it once or twice. But to be in that environment, in that theater with that such positive energy was great, man. That's a great experience.
I'm gonna have to catch one of those soon. Pedro, what's your 4?
I'm gonna mention.
Hold on. Paul, is everything all right? Are you puking on the rug too?
No, I'm still getting over that thing from last week. It's still
that's right. Yeah,
all that phlegm and stuff. So I'm still like, hopefully, I'll be like almost 100% by tomorrow.
I hate when you get like one of those colds and then you're good, your body feels good, but that phlegm or that cough just lingers.
And it will like catch, and then you'll get a bunch of coughs in a row. Know you're real sick when your teeth hurt. Like I don't know if you guys ever had that, but like you're so sore, like your joints hurt and your teeth hurt, and like you're freaking sick, like bad.
Yeah, that sounds like the flu, man.
Yeah, it definitely was a flu. It was definitely.
Or like your nails hurt, your teeth and your nails hurt.
Yeah, and like I was dreading getting out of bed in the middle of the night because of the shakes. Like the.
You caught that new flu strain that's going around, man.
Maybe. I had to be so bad. I didn't even want to get out of bed because I was gonna get the shivers. I was gonna get the chills.
That's it. In like 2 months, they're gonna say it's like something else.
Yeah.
Wait, what is it? The blue what? What'd you say? Blue strain?
No, I
No,
said
it's
it
like
like
a new flu strain.
Oh yeah. Well, there's always a new one. That's the thing about the flu, right? Every year is a new one.
Yeah.
That's why you always take the new shot. But yeah, I usually get flu around February, late January. It's like, I don't know, it's a routine for me. I get the flu like once a year. Pedro, number 4.
I'm gonna bring back a movie that came out earlier this year that probably a lot of people forgot about by now. Fountainhead.
Oh, the HBO
Fountainhead,
show?
Mountainhead. I'm sorry, not Fountainhead, Mountainhead.
It's like Fountainhead.
Oh, I said
What was
Fountainhead.
that?
I was
Maybe I
like,
was
damn,
thinking of
people
the
did
Fountain.
forget about that one.
Been trying to rewatch The Fountain for a while. Maybe that's why. Yeah, Mountainhead, man. That's straight to streaming, straight to Max. But
I haven't
really
seen that.
great movie. Maybe like the best like dialogue writing of any movie I've seen this year.
I saw that. It was, I didn't like it as much as I thought I would. But yeah, it's one of those movies where you just have like 4 characters stuck in a house and there's all this
Talking it
tension,
away,
all
man.
this drama. Yeah.
Talk. So much writing, man, and yeah, it's something you don't get to see every day. And inside look at like 4 billionaires.
Right. While the world is on fire, they're chilling
yeah.
at his house on like a ski lodge.
Yeah, man. Seeing like the inner workings, inner thoughts, how they communicate with each other, this intra circle like stuff where they feed off each other's ideas and are competitive against each other at the same time, hate each other, but like help each other out. It was great, man. I really liked it.
Oh, you didn't see it?
No, I haven't seen that one yet. I
Yeah,
saw the trailer for it. It looked good at first. And then once I started seeing like longer trailers for it, I was like, maybe I'll catch it, maybe I won't.
It's from the creator and writer of Secession, so it has that kind of tone.
Another show that I still haven't watched. Never watched.
Okay. You never watched it? Damn.
No.
I'm in the middle of my 3rd rewatch.
I've always wondered, as actors, you know, who have to like memorize lines and then say them again in front of the cameras, how difficult like a role like that must be, because every character is like a intellectual savant in a way where they just like are saying like 1,000 words a minute. Like that must be really difficult to memorize all of that. You know, like the script must have been like 1,000 pages long.
Yeah. Those, I think it's like a specific type of writer who knows that world, and then you know the actors just have to go away for a while and just literally just rehearse like crazy. My number 4, I guess, is The Lowdown on FX, which is a show that just kind of wrapped like a month ago. This show to me was just like mad cool, man. Like, again, it's one of those shows, there's nothing really like it on television. It's definitely not a show that's for everybody, but I'm glad it got picked up for a season 2. It is like a murder mystery, but the detective is just like a washed up writer who's also a pothead, and he's like a dad to this little girl, and he has like a divorced ex-wife who he's trying to have a relationship with, and like there's so many things colliding in his world. You know, he's constantly under threat by the people he's investigating, people stabbing him in the back. So it's just, it takes place in Tulsa, so it's like rich with that history of that area, of that part of the country, which is completely unfamiliar to me, with the Native American part of it, and then, you know, local government and authority, and then this writer kind of like in between all of that. It's a crazy good, well-written show. It's one of the few shows that like week to week, it doesn't have a strong like hook like Pluribus at the end of every episode. They kind of sum it up, but I was still like, I can't wait for the next one, because I just feel it's just like a dope vibe, just hanging out with these characters.
It's making the rounds on a lot of the year's end best of lists.
I'm glad.
So it's if it's something you see on a lot of those lists, just a common thing, then you know it's good. Yeah, it's like everyone agrees.
Yeah, I recommend it. It got picked up for season 2. I don't know where they're going with it, because he pretty much solved the mystery. So it could be like a brand new mystery from scratch.
That's how
We'll
it is
see.
nowadays, man. They
Yeah.
can't just give you one good season. It's like, yeah, you just got to keep milking.
Yeah, but it's not even like these shows. It's rare that they're even made. So to have it made, to be a success and get a season 2, like that's awesome, because it's not a very
Yeah,
mainstream
because this
show.
isn't a huge production, a huge budget show. It's
Nah.
like I feel like FX shows, the majority of them are kind of like the A24 shows of like TV. The A24 of TV shows of what A24 is to movies.
Yeah, I don't like everything they do, but sometimes they'll just have a show where it's just freaking
And
awesome.
and they take risks. Their shows are different.
Yeah, that's fine. So I recommend watch The Lowdown. 3. What do you got for number 3, Paul?
So for number 3, I'm gonna go back to shows, and I'm gonna say The Pit.
The Pit. Yeah, that's on my list too.
The
Pedro,
Pit
did you
to
finish
me-
that? Did you watch that?
No, I haven't started. I haven't even started, but I didn't know that came out this year because
Yeah,
season 2 is coming out already. And I like that. I like, the rapid, quick, drop the next season.
Yeah, so you're right. Season 1 finished, I think, in May, or maybe, and yeah, this one is already kind of coming out. Why The Pit, Paul?
Just it grabbed you from the first minute of the episode, and it held your attention, and you were constantly at the edge of your seat until the very last minute of the episode. So
I remember it was also like the whole story takes place in one single day, or one single shift rather, of these doctors. So I think it was a 13 or 15-hour shift, and so there was 15
Are you
episodes.
talking about the whole series or each episode?
Each episode is like one day's work.
I like that.
Like they clock in, and then by the end they clock out. And again, it's like a series show.
no, the whole season was one shift.
Yeah. Is that
okay.
Yeah, the whole season is one shift.
Yeah, they didn't clock in and clock out every.
So
I mean, the season.
So an episode ends, the next one continues right from where it ended.
Yeah, and usually on a cliffhanger, someone's being rushed into the ER, or a situation pops off that involves the main characters. And it was really cool the way they incorporated the outside world, even though you're sitting in this ER. It wasn't just such a small little world. It really opened up the world to the viewers of what's going on. But it was really good, man. It was intense. It was one of those first shows of the year that I kind of look forward to each episode. So that was definitely on my top.
One thing, so the concept of it having each episode and the season being one single shift is that the show starts, I think, at 5 or 6 a.m. So the early episodes, they have people coming into the hospital who are like, oh, I was on my way to drop off my kid at school and this happened, or I'm hungover from last night, or last night I took too many drugs. So, right, it makes sense, all of the stuff that would happen and the different types of patients that would come in throughout the day. One was like, oh, I went out to lunch. So this was mid-season, right? Because you're at 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock. So mid-season, you have the lunch kind of accident or whatever. I choked on my sandwich. But I thought that was really cool. They really thought about it. And it's like an old school adult TV show, right? Kind of like ER. Obviously, this is like a ripoff or a continuation to ER. Kind of shows that you wouldn't think did well, because now everything's like fantasy or murder mystery, but this thing is fucking great. Great cast.
And such a testament to the cast, yeah. Because the way they were able to continue off with that driven emotion, some episodes ended on high emotion, right? And for them to be able to pick up, I don't know how they filmed it. I don't know how they broke up the filming of the episodes of the series, but for them to pick up that level of intensity, in the next episode, or to carry that on, and you're looking at it from a perspective of one day broken up into hours, and the actors are really doing it over a period of months. But to hold that intensity for every episode and filming was phenomenal. It was really good.
Yep. 100%
Funny,
agree.
it's funny because before that show came out, when I saw the preview of it, the trailer play on Max, I like told a bunch of people about it. I think I might have told you guys about it. You know, I told my wife, and everybody watched it except me.
Yeah, dude, if your
But
wife
I'm
is
catching
watching
up.
it,
I'm
that's like a
catching
free
up.
ride.
I do this every year. Towards the end of the year, I catch up on a lot of stuff I missed. So, you know, I might check that out soon.
You definitely got that's definitely a high recommend. And it's funny coming from you, full circle now, being recommended back to you.
Yeah, what's your 3, Pedro?
And just again to say, I know Paul said it, but none of these are in particular order. I just have a lot of stuff I like. I don't have like a clear favorite or a clear non-favorite. But I wanted to mention All Her Fault,
Yo,
the Peacock series. I know we
Yep.
didn't get a chance to do an episode on it or cover it or anything because we all watched it kind of like scattered at different times. But it was a show. It was the only show this year that kind of like was binge worthy for me, that kept me like playing the next episode like right away. Because the story just moves on. It just picks up. Every episode ends in a cliffhanger.
yeah.
And you just want to know what keeps happening. The mystery is laid out in the first episode. You're given
First 5 minutes, bro.
yeah.
It opens with the mom at the door.
Yeah. And it's funny because at the end of the pilot episode, they kind of tell you what happens at the end of the show.
Do they?
Yeah. They show the very last scene of the first episode is the detectives saying like, "Oh,
Oh yeah.
how did all these people die?" or whatever, you know?
Well, not
And
that.
then
but
you're like, you don't know what what that statement's about because you just got introduced to all these characters. But yeah, man, such a cool mystery, so many twists and turns in the storyline. It had
twists
it
on
was
this
it
show
had
are
it
insane.
had so many cheesy moments that I like chuckled and laughed at, but it wasn't like anything to put me off and like made me not like the show. And those cheesy, it's funny because it was like the show was kind of like shot and filmed and like had like this like soap opera kind of
Was
like
it?
feel and effect to it, and it made it like kind of like cheesy but kind of done on purpose. But all of that is just funny to look at, and you can overlook it because the writing was so good.
Yeah, was it me or is the show like super desaturated? Like there's no color in the show.
Oh yeah, extremely desaturated, and like a lot of like just like I don't know. I think like, the way it felt to me was kind of like soap opera-y.
Yeah,
some of
but,
the lines the characters say and the way they like are dressed and perfectly neat is just corny, but it's so it just fits the story so well.
Shout out to Chicago. I haven't seen a show in Chicago in a minute.
Windy City.
I watched it based off your recommendation. I remember texting you guys after I saw 2 episodes. I was like, "Yo, this show is a must watch." But by the time I got to the end, I felt differently.
Oh,
Everything you said is true, and a lot of those are part of the reason why I didn't like it. I thought the show was like specifically made. This feels very much like a Netflix show, which is like algorithmically written to have the clip to be binged, to have the cliffhangers, like everything is very much a Netflix show, but it's on Peacock for some reason. The acting, everything's really good. I just thought, I thought it was a bit too long. I don't like when they do the penultimate episode, like a flashback to then create sympathy for the bad guy. They did that here. And by the end of it, I was just like, I don't know, maybe I was just exhausted and I didn't care. I don't know what it was, but I was just like, I just need this to end.
What did you think of the twist though? Was a great twist though, right?
Which one, bro? There's like 20.
I mean, the main twist where
the
like
twist is all men are
the main twist where
scumbag.
they explain the kidnapper and like why the kidnapper kidnapped that kid.
Yeah, so it's like a web of connections that you have to kind of like suspend your disbelief, right? You have to believe that this guy was such a scumbag that he did all those things to everybody in his life, but also like every man in this show is bad, Like literally, there's no good redeemable male characters in the whole show.
I think that was a underlying thing with the show, even down to the title, "All Her Fault."
Right.
And just to quickly,
all his
briefly
fault.
give my opinion on it, I think it's just it's just a toss to like how usually when mothers are the ones that automatically get blamed anytime something happens to a kid or
Yes.
something. It's like, oh well, the mom was working, she should have been a stay-at-home mom and like been watching her kid, you know. So I think it was a little nod to that.
And they expressed that literally in one of the scenes.
They
when
did,
she-
yeah, one of the scenes
right?
in the earlier
Yeah.
episode, yeah.
And
Where she was just getting blamed for everything.
The friend played by Elle Fanning or Dakota Fanning, and her husband is just like an asshole. Like that guy is just the
Oh, yeah.
worst.
Yeah.
And so again, that's not this. You know, shout out to Dakota Fanning. I always support her and sing her praises. Shout out to Man on Fire. And yeah, it's really well acted. It's a great cast. Like these are all faces that you're gonna recognize from other shows, like from banger shows too. Yeah, it just
It's kind of like a hit from left field for Peacock, just like
yeah. I would recommend it
was
because
last year.
even though it didn't really hit for me ultimately, like this is the kind of show that a lot of people are gonna enjoy, and I understand why.
And that's one of the reasons why I checked it out, because Paul sent that he sent us that like poster of the most watched shows
Oh,
like currently at the time, and I forgot what show
This by
that everyone thought was supposed to be number one, and I'm like, number one on that list was was this show, All Her Fault, by like a large margin. Like it was in like the billions. And I'm like, first thing I thought is like, there's no way 1 in 4 people on the planet watched this show.
No, it was billions. That was minutes watched. I remember that metric because I had to look up that metric because I was like,
I don't know, but the metric just sounded crazy. And I'm like, I never even heard of this show. Let me check this out. And I'm like, that was pleasantly surprising.
So, as someone who hasn't watched yet, would you guys highly recommend, or you could skip?
Yeah. I would go ahead and tell people, you out of all this, like if we're talking about this year, you know, unless you've never like seen like The Wire and you're trying to watch The Wire or something, like out of shows in 2025, I would go ahead and say it's a must watch.
This show, like it starts at 100. So if you're not gonna like it, you will know immediately. But it starts at 100. It doesn't build up to anything. It just is built. Like, so it's, for example, like The Wire. You mentioned The Wire. That is a very dense, extremely slow burn. This thing is already going the minute you turn it on. So that's why, you know, I got hooked, frankly. Again,
it'll get you hooked. It'll get you hooked. Unless you're trying to purposely not watch it, it'll get you hooked right away.
And it's All Her Fault. That's the name of it.
Yeah, it's on Peacock.
All Her Fault on Peacock.
Let me go to my 3, which I have, again, no particular order. I'm gonna go with Andor. And Andor to me, I praised season 1 because I was shocked at how good it was. And I fell asleep. I slept on season 2 for a while. I finally watched it. And you know, like you watch a show, you really like it, it leaves a great impression, but then season 2 comes out and you just don't see it when it comes out and you just end up missing it. That's kind of what happened with this show. I kind of just let it pass me by. But
I feel like that happens with every Disney show with me.
Yeah, this one is different, man. And this is like the best Star Wars ever made, in my opinion. But it's very different. So it proves that you can have like a story in Star Wars that's grounded, political, and character driven. It feels like, you know, the book 1984. Like there are very, very, very high stakes in this show. It isn't fan service. There's no lightsabers. There's no Jedi. There's none of that silliness. There's barely any like CGI characters. Most of the characters are human. It's basically like high-end espionage drama. It's just in a Star Wars universe. It's phenomenal. Should have won more Golden Globes. I don't know if the Emmys happened already.
How did season 1 do? Did it get a lot of recognition and like awards and stuff?
Yeah, it's like prestige television, as they say.
Would you say season 1 was better than 2, or 2 is better than?
No, I would say like season 1 for me has like one of the best Star Wars scenes I've ever seen. Probably the best Star Wars scene. It was a beautiful surprise. 2 is maybe darker. So there's a lot of stakes, meaning like characters that you care about do die. There's a, you know, yeah, I think season 2 might be a little better than season 1. Actually, this is Tony Gilroy so he wrote all the Jason Bourne movies and all of that. So it's really.
Oh,
Is there a way you could elaborate on that scene without spoiling?
No, man, you got to watch it.
No, because it's like the penultimate or last episode.
I want to watch it now. That's why. I want to watch it.
All right. I think I'm going to check it out.
Yeah, there's no cute baby pet that anybody has for you to buy the merch. Like this is.
Grogu Yoda.
Yeah, it's freaking good, man. It's freaking good. Yeah, that's my number. I don't want to give it a number. That was my number 3, but it's awesome. Call back to you.
All right, my number 4. I'm going back to the movies. This was probably what?
2.
Oh, count back. Number 2. Going back to the movies. This was probably my most favorite movie of the year. Almost basically hands down. And Sinners. Sinners was talking about soundtrack that like brought you into the movie. Sinners fucking hit hard. It was really good. That one beautiful scene where it takes you through time with the music and the different eras of styling of music. Yeah, man.
Yeah,
it's really good. Michael B. Jordan did an amazing job playing the twins. Overall, hell of a movie. My number 1 of the year.
I'm glad you mentioned that because now I got space for another one.
Yeah.
Wait, did you see it?
That was on my list too. I think that's on everyone's clear list.
That wasn't on my list. I didn't love it as much as you guys. I didn't love it as much as most people, I guess. But it's one of those like I watched it. I didn't see it in theaters. I saw it a few months ago. I'm gonna actually watch it again. I've been meaning to watch it again just to go back to that world. I wasn't convinced by Michael B. Jordan's performance as like. I just thought the Southern accent, I just didn't really buy it. But I guess that doesn't matter, right? You're just supposed to kind of overlook that and go with it. But I thought the vampire aspect of it was dope. I thought that scene that you mentioned with the music kind of encapsulating all of the cultures was great. I thought the vampire, like Irish dance scene was even better because it was just like, it was just evil, kind of. I don't know. It was just had like a different kind of tone to it than the one inside. I liked it, but I didn't like it as much as most people, I guess.
And to me, the standout was a newcomer to acting was Sammy, was Miles Keaton.
Yeah,
he sent like this. Yeah, man, he sent this grainy audition footage he filmed out of his basement. He mailed it out to Ryan Coogler, and that's how he saw it. And Coogler picked him out.
Who was that? What character was he?
Sammy. He was like the main
character. Yeah, he's the guy they were after.
The main blues
he had, like,
guy.
The soul of the music or something, right?
Yeah, he had that music that could break barriers. I liked it. I loved. There's a lot of color themes in it. The music was on point. I know you didn't like Michael B. Jordan's accent, but I think he did a really good job as playing both. It was really believable.
Yeah.
My only gripe, like a lot of these movies. Oh, Jack O'Connell, Remick. He's actually the guy at the end of 28 Years Later.
That's right. Yeah, I didn't make that connection. The same guy. Right.
So, like, a lot of my qualms with these movies, right, is that you can never just now let a villain just be a villain. Like, even you were saying before about this show where they show a throwback, a flashback, and it's like sympathetic for the person who's supposed to be the villain. And I'm like, I'm getting tired of it. It's been overdone. Sometimes you just need a villain to be a villain, man.
Yeah.
This world has a lot of nasty, horrible people out there that just do bad things. And that needs to be reflected in cinema too. You can't just always shine a light on the villain and say, oh, he did this because of this. and justify his actions. And that's one of the good things I'm hearing about Bowen Temple is like Jack McCormick as like the bad guy. He is just the bad guy. Like there ain't no rhyme or reason. He's just a bad guy.
Right.
He's a villain, and you need that, you know. But anyway,
Yeah,
that's my one qualm about this. But yo, Sinners, definitely a top recommend. I would definitely watch that.
Yeah, I recommend. It's going to be, up there for Best Picture, and it probably win a ton of awards this year.
I wish Pedro, you had seen that movie instead of 28 years later, because that would have like fortified your cinematic experience. Oh damn, he just jumped ship. He hated my comment so much to jump. Damn.
Oh damn, we lost Pedro. Wow, what happened? Okay. I don't know if he's coming. He's back. He got that new flu.
Got that cyber flu.
Yeah,
Yo, I'm sorry if my comments
Quick
pissed you off and you signed off.
Nah. I'm glad you brought that up because I was gonna sneak in 2 movies at the same time for my next hits. They were 2. I wanted to just put 2 horror movies that I like this year. Sinners was one of them. Weapons was the other one, and I didn't want to leave one out, so I just wanted to squeeze both of them in. Those are my favorite horror movies of the year.
What was the other one? I didn't catch
Weapons.
Oh, Weapons. Yeah.
I mean, we talked about it. I think we had a whole episode. You guys had an episode on it before I had watched it, and I watched it when it came out streaming on TV, and I just thought it was dope, man. Just so creepy. The characters, who the aunt, creepy.
Yeah.
It's funny. Weapons, I think
the ending was just a non-traditional ending. It kind of like made fun of itself at the end and just had the kids running around like just tearing this person up.
Ferris Bueller style, just like running through the neighborhood.
Good mystery, like most of the movie just kept you guessing like what is going on. This mystery was presented. What is going on? What is it? You're taking guesses. Well done, man. Super well done.
I probably feel the same way Bruno felt about Sinners, about Weapons. Like, I'm not on that boat. I didn't hate it. I thought it was okay. I think I was just so highly like Sinners. I wasn't anticipating a lot. I was like, oh, I'm looking forward to this. Coogler and Michael B. Jordan always do a good combo together. It's going to be good. I'm going to like it. But Weapons, I had such high expectations for it, and I didn't like the whole witch reveal. So to me, it kind of killed it a little bit. But I liked it a lot. I still liked it. I enjoyed the movie. The anticipation though of they hit that trailer hard. All these kids at whatever 117 or whatever time it was.
And the imagery of the kids with the arms out running,
yeah,
so iconic now. And it just raises so much curiosity. And I think
and the uncanny valley with the eyes, it was just a little off, I mean, the eyes were bulging, but it wasn't like a typical horror villain with a mask or something like that. It was just this offsetting, off-putting.
Yeah, I enjoyed it too, Pedro. I did think the witch part was pretty cool. How she kind of just controlled people. When I watch movies, I'm not actively trying to guess who done it, why this is happening, I'm just sort of really following along in a pretty passive way. So I guess I took the ending. I was fine with the ending, and I like the story, the story structure where they sort of have different points of views or from each of the characters on the night or the day of. Yeah, and the acting I thought was really good from everybody. Yeah, I loved it. I thought it was scary.
Yeah,
scary
I'm glad you. Yeah, it was scary. I'm glad you mentioned the structure because that's one thing I like about this director style is the structure of his movies, and it was a little more dramatic and barbarian, but
yeah,
he'll just throw a wrench in the movie, and halfway through the movie, it'll turn into a completely different movie.
Yeah, but that lets you breathe.
The plot changes, the plot will be, the problem will be solved halfway through the movie, and then you got another half of a movie. With this movie, I'm oh wow, so okay, we learned what happened. Then I look at the time and I'm oh wow, there's still 45 minutes left. There's a whole another movie left.
Yeah, I like it. It does help break down the movie into smaller bite-sized pieces in a way. Like
Yeah.
you get these 4 or 5 shorter stories that sort of culminate at the end.
Reminds me it kind of reminds me of David Lynch movies where he'll just, you know,
Yeah,
one
okay,
or
here
two
for
acts
now.
later, you get a brand new movie.
Yeah.
That's something I really like that Zach Greger did with that the structure of the movie, because a lot of people do it incorrectly, where you're seeing the same story from different points of views, but you get a lot of repetitive storytelling, and it kind of sucks. And this one, it just had enough to carry you over on the different perspective, and it moved the story forward in a really cool way. Like you think it's one thing, and then every single chapter, your opinion or what your perception of what it is changes. And he did a really good job of doing that. So I definitely like the structure of it.
Let me go to my number 2, which is, where is my number 2? Where's my number 1? I talked about this, and this is my last pick, I think. This is my last pick, is One Battle After Another. This is, the favorite movie I watched this year. I watched it twice already. Paul Thomas Anderson, Benicio del Toro, DiCaprio. It's just a great cast, dense, the relentless kind of action throughout the first act, the second act, the music, the comedy. Like it's the comedy is insane when he's on the phone with the revolutionary Josh. Dude, I was dying in the theater. And yeah, the music, that entire scene where, first of all, that scene in the bathroom with the daughter, and then how they have like the wireless devices that sync and the music starts, and it's like, if you find somebody with this device, trust them with your life. And like the whole movie just stops. She's about to go to prom or night or the dance, and then the device goes off, and she's like, you have to listen to me. We have to drop everything. We have to leave right now. And it's like, boom. I just thought that was so dope. And then Leonardo DiCaprio's character being escorted like out of the city to find his daughter, and relying on these immigrants or Latinos who are being basically like hunted down by the military in their city. And he's got like this underground route out. And even when he gets busted by the cops, they escort him out of, like, they find a way to get him out of prison into a hospital, and then out of the hospital into the back of a car to like just peace out. It's just so fucking good, man. Really good. One Battle After Another. That was my favorite piece this year for sure.
Did you guys do a episode on that?
I thought we did. Didn't we, Paul?
No.
At least I talked about it.
I think you're waiting for.
You may have
Pedro.
solo talked about it when you watched it. I just finished the movie like literally like 2 or 3 nights ago. I had watched the first act. I left it there. I didn't have time, and I finished it a couple days ago. It's not one of my favorites. I do think it was a good movie. I don't think it was great, but I think it was a good movie. I think it was classic Paul Thomas Anderson. I thought all his like things that make him unique, he did in this movie. The tenseness of it from beginning to end, the little like tense music, like the thing
that like piano kind of thing was so good.
The background, like it picks up and slows down, like you said, it'll stop and then keep going. And the flow of the movie, just like from beginning to end, it just reminded me of The Master, another film he did, with like just this one character, just like this manic character, just losing his mind from beginning to end of the movie, and just going from there. And that was the Ghetto Pat character. He was just
Ghetto Pat
from beginning to end, man, just a ball of like intensity.
On
I
edge,
thought my favorite. I thought everyone had a great role. I thought everyone crushed they chose the best possible actors for each role. I thought Sean Penn was amazing in it. Like this guy was so good. And when he came on, I'm like, damn, is that Sean Penn? This guy's like 1,000 years old now. But man, yeah, it was good, man. It was good. It was good. I have my gripes about it. I thought I know I mentioned this to you when I first started watching. I didn't like the first act. There's a lot of things I picked out about it, but second act, third act, and then I think this movie was so long, I had a fourth act that everything after that just like picked up and it was like super good. And I really appreciate a movie that from beginning to end, it just sticks with the plot and just like takes you on a ride from beginning to end and doesn't stop, you know?
I
You know-
love,
Oh,
just
go
want to
ahead.
say the chase sequence at the end where the cars are like going up and down and up and down. And
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of people went to look for that road, right? On Google Maps or something.
and the way that scene ends is just crazy too. Like
That cat and mouse game.
one of the best chase scenes I've seen in a long time.
I thought it was pretty good. I mean, I didn't love it. I think what happened to me was like a race. It started off bad to me, like, and then I was playing catch up the whole time. I didn't like the wife. I didn't like the wife and Leonardo's dynamic. I didn't like her. Like, I don't know. It's just like I did not like her character. I did not like her story. So since it starts off so strong with her and not liking her, I felt like I tripped up in the beginning of the race. And then while I did like the rest of the movie, when she was kind of out of it a little bit, I felt like I was always behind because I didn't like that first.
I don't think you're supposed to like her too much.
No, but like not even that. Like to me, she just did not make sense. Him and her did not make sense. I get the whole revolutionaries and all that, but like her lack of conviction.
There was like very little to no chemistry between them.
Yeah, and her lack of conviction in
like,
her own cause
fallen
too.
in love and like gotten married and supposedly had a kid. It was like that. That's one of the things I was nitpicking about with that first act in particular. Like I said, but you know, I'm not going to get into it now because it's not a full review. But that's one of the things I didn't like. But again, you know, it's like you said and I said, you stick with the story, and Act 2 and on, it just really picks up way better.
I definitely think Act 2 and on is like a totally different, better movie for me. Just Act 1 was so just rubbed me the wrong way.
It's once it's that bathroom scene with the daughter and I'm so mad I forgot her name because I love her and so many things. That's when the movie blows up and it's
the
like
woman that helps her escape, right?
It's so fucking good, man. And you care about those guys, but it's layered with comedy. And then you have this whole other aspect with the Christmas Adventurers Club, right? And that's like one of the driving forces of the movie. It's just
that was
ridiculous.
Crazy, man. That was crazy. I mean, that was the driving force of the movie. It was him trying to get into it, and then he found out
he had a kid. Well, they found out he had a kid.
They found out he had a kid, and he had to, you know, make her go away in order to get accepted into this place. So that was the driving force, the real driving force.
Regina Hall.
Regina Hall, that she's so underrated, man. She was so good in this. I think it's her eyes, man. Her eyes come across as like so sincere and kind that those scenes with her, you know,
she's believable.
She's very believable. She's great. So yeah, that's my number one, or that's, you know, my favorite movie for sure.
Wait, I think you still had one more to go though.
I thought I did, but
we're
you know why? Because Pluribus. You said Pluribus or the Pitt, and then I said I had that as well.
I'm just gonna real quick. I'm gonna like before my last pick, just give my like honorable mentions. Naked Gun did a hell of for comedy this year. It was great.
Yeah, that was
Studio. Another.
I'm surprised you guys didn't have the Studio in there.
It was this last one was hard, you know, put it in the top 5. Like Superman didn't deserve it, but it was the experience, right? So I had to take one spot out and put that in. Adolescence, another friggin' banger.
Yep.
And another great movie, F1.
F1, I saw that in theaters in IMAX. Like this is why you go to the movies, bro.
Yeah.
I was like, I had so much fun.
That was like a Maverick experience, like real good. But anyway, my last pick, Task. So glad you put me onto that. Really enjoyable. It was another show like The Pit where I was kind of looking really forward to the next episode. It kept you going. I loved some of the characters in it. It was really like pushing for them. So for me, my last pick would be Task. But though any
Old
of those
school-
other
old
four
school
could have been.
feeling show like the Pit, right? Like old school, like a throwback
Yeah.
to like earlier when shows were great.
And
Yep,
it was
yep.
short, wasn't it? Just like 7 episodes.
Yeah, too short.
Yeah, nice and tight. Great
But both-
characters.
I'm
Good
glad.
story, man.
Both Task and the Pit both getting another season. Like I hope they don't fuck with Task. But I'm glad we're getting some more.
Oh,
I
fuck
mentioned
They'll
I
fuck with
mentioned Chicago getting some screen time in All Her Fault, and Tulsa getting some screen time in The Lowdown. And this is like that Pennsylvania, like middle of nowhere kind of suburbs or what. It's not really even the suburbs. It's like more rural.
like
but, like,
outside of Philly, like a rural.
Yeah, like
Oh.
I just, you know,
Straight
it's
country.
cool to see like different places on television and the characters that live there. But yeah,
Well,
I love
so-
Task. I love Task too. I thought it was like it had the action, it had the emotion, it had like the suspense and like what's gonna happen, edge of your seat kind of shit. It had like all the great cast, great haircuts. Maeve's haircut, shout out. She won me over at the end with it. At first, I was like, I don't know if I can, but yeah, it's great, and they're all British. All the actors are British.
Damn.
Yeah, they did a great job of making themselves believable as like rural Americans.
Yo, for real.
Yeah, but I had that as my top TV show, man. So I'm glad you mentioned
Wow.
it. And
Oh,
it was
good.
I actually couldn't decide. So I was gonna mention 2 of them, but you mentioned Task. The other one I was gonna say was Chief of War. I think those 2 shows were my favorite shows of the year. Task because of everything we just said. You know, it's just a throwback show, well made, the crap, good storytelling. And Chief of War was just cinematic, man. Every episode was like a movie. It was just amazing leading up to this big battle at the end, this huge battle that was just incredible to
finish that,
watch.
man.
And just the historical element, you know, you're learning as you go along. Historically accurate if you watch some of the like end of the episodes behind the scenes, how they were made, like interviews with the filmmakers and like costume designers and researchers. Just man, a lot went into this. Such a great show. And I think we mentioned that it was like the most expensive show, I think it was, that Apple ever made.
I thought you said
on
that.
a
Yeah.
per episode basis. So yeah, man, slept on show. I hope it gets its recognition at the end of the year. Maybe it won't, but I definitely want to shout it out. So.
I'm really surprised Adolescence wasn't like. I remember in the beginning of the year we all loved that show like a lot, and like you know,
I think it came out so early in the year that
yeah,
it's like so much more stuff came out afterwards that I still haven't finished. Well, I'm up to like the last episode or something.
You
Are you
didn't finish this shit?
Yeah,
what the hell, man?
Wow.
it was just
Damn.
I could. It's one of those shows I can't find the time to get into. It's great. I mean, it's on my list. I just didn't get to talk about it because I have way more than 5. I got like a couple more than 5, but
It definitely had the benefit that there was nothing really on yet because
yeah,
you could put all
it
your
started.
focus
It
into
started the year off for everything. It like set the
Yeah.
standard for everything.
It's hard to
also-
watch Adolescence and something else. Like I couldn't watch Adolescence and The Pit or the Task or whatever at the same time. It had like they had to be kind of on their own.
And
That show would have
that
came
was-
out in November. Everyone would have been talking about it right now. Still,
Yeah,
But that was one of those shows that we were like one of the first pods to really talk about it.
yeah.
I remember that came out and we just happened to like schedule like, hey, this came out, let's check it out and talk about it. And then it blew up. Like that
you
show
guys hit it
blew up.
like the Tuesday after the Sunday it came out or something. So
Something like that. Like it came out of nowhere. I think the reason, like, yes, it's one of the best shows that came out. I recommend it. I think the reason it's not on my list is because of like how heavy the show is. Like it's a really like you kind of get soaked into all of this, you know, emotional family drama, personal trauma, and all this shit. So maybe that's why I didn't make my list, but I thought it was one of the smartest shows when we live in a world where you have all of these like shows like All Her Fault, where it's like, oh, who killed the husband, where this child disappeared, all this shit. You have this show that's grounded in things that are actually happening right now.
Yeah.
Right now. And nobody's fucking
Smart.
talking about it.
One of the smartest shows. Best camera work out of any show I've seen.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, smart show.
And Studio is a smart comedy. Like, I'm surprised none of us had that on our like final list.
Is that everybody's? I want to give a shout out to two.
That's everybody's. That's everybody's.
Just two movies that I also really loved. Eddington, I think, is brilliant.
Oh my God, I forgot about that. That should have been on my list.
Oh, you liked it? You saw it?
Yeah, I don't think I mentioned. I didn't get to talk to you guys about it because I saw it late. But yeah, I mentioned more shows than movies. I don't know how many movies I mentioned. I think I just mentioned Mountainhead and Weapons.
Yeah.
But Eddington was probably my favorite movie of the year.
One of my favorites, especially. I think it's gonna age really well. It didn't do great at the box office, but it's a really like high concept movie. And then Black Bag, not for everybody, but it's just like a classic Soderbergh movie. It's spy versus spy kind of shit. Nice short movie with Cate Blanchett and damn, what's his name?
Michael Fassbender.
Michael Fassbender, yeah. It's a pretty straightforward movie, but I just love those types of movies. So for me, it was excellent. And yeah, those are our favorite shows of the year. There's plenty more. I
want to mention I'm not going to get into it, but I want to mention the disappointments of the year.
Oh, please do. I wish I had on my list.
Last of Us season 2 and Alien were my biggest disappointment and flops of the year. I'm just going to leave it at that. We've discussed it. You guys, the listeners can go back and see our full episode discussions on those two shows. But yeah, I think biggest flops of the year are worth mentioning, and those were it for me.
Yeah, I agree. Last of Us was tough to watch, honestly. And Alien, I really tried to like it, but it just kind of ended up being dumb, and then they ended up not giving us an ending, which is infuriating.
There you go, man. Don't make us angry. Give us a good season, and then don't talk about the next season for a while. Just don't even do the next season.
Pedro, catch up on the Pitt because season 2 is dropping in like 2 weeks, and then
I gotta catch up on Andor, man. I haven't watched any of that show.
Catch up on Andor. You're gonna dig that show.
That might be my next show, man. Andor.
And the other thing I want to say that we're gonna talk about is that new Game of Thrones show. Don't ask me what it's called. It's called like The Night of the Seven Kingdoms, maybe, which is apparently 6 episodes, 30 minutes each. That's it. And I don't think it's going to be good, but we'll talk about it.
Yo, check it out. Don't think it's going to be good, but
I'm just saying. I'm not saying check it out. I'm saying I'm going to check it out, and then I'm happy to talk about what I think about it or whatnot.
You had it right. It was A Night of the Seven Kingdoms.
Okay. Yeah. Apparently, it's based on a really good kind of like novella, I think. If I read that right. I'm not a fan of R.R. Martin. I don't,
Premiering January 18th, episode 1.
Yeah. That's it. We'll leave it there, guys. Have a great Christmas.
Guys,
have a great New Year.
Stick with us through the year into next year. Keep it here for the latest reviews and our opinions on what's out and what's coming out. And let's hope we get good stuff for next year, man. Good content.
Cliffhanger. Find out who won the draft, the fall/winter draft. That will be the first episode of the next year.
All right, guys. Good to see you both again. Always excited to hear what you guys think about the stuff that we all talk about. And have a good Christmas. Have a good New Year. I'll see you guys in the chat, and we'll talk next year.
Keep it here. Subscribe. Thank you.